Hi, this is Sean Drayton from Top SEO Pages. I'm starting to make these new free video blogs just as a way of trying to help people out there trying to get their website ranked in search engines and just making a bit general start. These videos are good for pretty much anyone, small businesses, individuals, even bigger, more SMB, big businesses. Medium to big enterprise businesses. Anyway, basically let's start off with the URL. So you're looking at getting yourself a domain name. You need to consider a number of things so that you can try and conserve time, and at the end of the day, time is the most important thing, not only in our lives but also on the internet. Time is what will help you sort of accelerate your rankings. To do that, and what I mean by that is, first thing is you need to try and get the whatever your niche business is, to try and get the keywords of your niche business into the URL. By that I mean, as an example, if you're selling baby products, and let's go with a baby pram, okay, you'll want to, so you're selling prams, that's your niche industry. You'll want to get baby and pram in there, or any sort of associated keywords to baby and to pram. And by doing that, you're pretty much powering up the fact that that's what your domain name is directly related to, who you are. Google looks at those metrics and adds extra sort of credits as such to your domain name and your website when it sees that you've got those exact keywords in your URL. Alright? One of the next most important things that you could do to try and fast track your online growth is to try and get yourself an age domain name. By getting an age domain name, Google's already established a level of authority within an age domain name. So if you can get yourself a domain name that was created, say, 5 to 10 years ago, Google's already had that domain name in its database for all those years. So it's built up an authority, and by building up an authority, it's giving it a higher rating, a higher sort of, it's giving it more points and a bit more attention than it would just a brand new domain name. It's giving you a hell of a lot more credit than it would give you a brand new domain name. And so for that reason, you really want to try and get yourself an age domain name when you're starting out. And there's plenty of domain names out there. You just got to look, and you know, this is one of the most important things, that this is an asset to your business. So at the end of the day, you do want to spend time trying to find the right domain name. So how do you go about that? Well, go to expireddomains.net, okay, and then create yourself an account. And one of the first things I would do once you've gone there is go to column manager and look to add these columns. Alright, these columns that I've got here, okay. This was very important. I don't know why they removed this, domain authority. This was a very important metric, so, but anyway, I'll still keep it there. So add those columns and then click Save Changes. Alright, then let's go and do a search for the domain name you're chasing. So let's go for baby pram. I normally go, if it's 2 words, I go baby plus pram. Alright, and we do a search, and it'll come back with a whole number of results. Okay, and what we got to look for is a number of things. See, like that, it's not a bad domain name. 2008. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. It's got a global search volume of 33,000. Alright, so then what I do is I tend to go add date, and I filter the date. Excuse me, pause there. At this point, you might want to do an extract to a CSV, because you're then able to apply multiple filtering, whereas within the screen here, you cannot apply multiple filtering. See? It's going to filter just on the one or the other. Alright, so I go add date. So extract a CSV and start to manipulate and play with the data that you receive. Okay? By adding date and filtering, by filtering the date from newest to oldest, you're able to then get domain names that have recently been let go. And why would you want to do that? Because they wouldn't be losing, if you get a domain name that's recently been released, as in somebody hasn't renewed it and you can then purchase it, it still maintains a lot of its credibility, its indexing, and the backlinks will remain in place for a period of time, so you won't lose your backlinks. And that might be a lot. All of this might be quite technical for you if you don't know what I'm talking about, but at the end of the day, just trust me, you want to try and get something that's been only released or deleted recently. So what you want to do is then look for domain names that are at least 5 years old, preferably 7 years old. Okay, why do I have both of these? Because the one is the whois and the other one is the archive. So basically the archive is just an archive of all domain names that have been through that have been pretty much registered across the planet. Okay, whois is a search that you utilize when you're trying to find out information about a domain name and who's registered it, who's owned it, and what its current status is. I utilize both of these. Why? Just in case one or the other has lost the information for some other reason. Generally, I mean, your archive is the most trusted one because it's got snapshots of your domain name over the years. So you can actually look at, if you go to archive.org and you put in the domain name, you'll be able to see what that domain or website used to look like. Alright, so you'd look at that, and then you'll look at things like global search. So that gives you an indication of the number of searches that are applied to that domain name, and the number of crawl results is also a goodie, and the number of backlinks is a goodie. Okay, so let's take, this one's not bad from what I can see. This is not a bad domain name. Actually, both these first two domain names aren't too bad. So what you'll then do is you'll take the domain name, right, and you'll input it into, I like to use Moz, Open Site Explorer. Okay, just use that URL. You can do 5 free searches per day, and then you have to sign up for an account. So I just in testing some of these domain names, I'd already hit the limit. By using Moz and also Majestic, you're able to get a lot of the metrics that are important, and I'll get onto the metrics side of things now. I'll use one of my tools which I pay for, because it just gives me both from both these sites. Some good backlinks. There's a bit of citation post. So instead of me using these, which you can use for free, I'm going to use my one of my tools, which gives me the answers I need for both of this, as well as other stuff. Okay. So what you're looking at is, okay, so from Moz you would get domain authority, and from Majestic you'd get citation flow and trust flow. So this isn't a bad domain name. It's got a domain authority of 10. It'll take you about, to get a domain authority of 10, it'll take you about a year, possibly 18 months to try and build up that authority. That just goes to show you how much time you're saving. Alright, so what you want to do with these is you want to get them as close to each other as possible. So like 7 is your trust flow, your citation flow, and 5 is your trust flow. Alright, and then it's good to know whether it's using www or not. So that's at the beginning of the domain name. Like this one doesn't have www.members. Alright? And then always look at the so when you do a search within Moz, you'll be able to look down the bottom of the results. You'll be able to see the sort of backlinks that are connected through and whether they've got any spam score, which is a negative thing. Alright, so that's not a bad domain name. So you're getting the idea. You then just take that, you take your domain names that you're finding pretty good, looking at the dates and looking at the search volume and the most recently released, and you input it into these two tools to get your results. I'm going to be using this because I've used up all of my free ones for the day. And then you just look for the highest domain authority, citation flow and trust flow. Get those variables and get the highest possible ones. You see this is quite low, and you've given your domain a massive boost and saved yourself a lot of time. Again, time is money, so this is one of the greatest ways to try and boost your presence online in a faster way. Alright, I hope you found this informative, and drop me a message if you have any questions.